Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm a bit tired this morning. Just come back from my walk, and I'm sitting on my bed enjoying this beautiful view across the Glenworth Valley. Even though I enjoy my walks in the morning, they make me very tired, but I feel good afterwards. I'm going to sit down now for over half hour. Not able to do anything much because I just haven't got much energy left. And then I'll have food and have a rest again and I'll feel better then to go for another walk this afternoon because it's good exercise for my heart because I've got this irregular heartbeat that's making me tired and I got a hernia left hand side of my groin. So I got to make the most of things, and I can't complain. There's so many. I know I'm 71. There's so many I know now gone. Like, yeah, I'm enjoying the view. Look at that white building at the top. There's a farm there. That was for sale about 2 years ago. £1 million, mine. A lot of land with it. And if you go on Google Earth, you can come down onto it and see the land, and you'll see the horses, everything in the field. Anyway, I'm enjoying that view now while I do this video because I'm doing a video this morning about abortions. Something I don't agree with because when I was going out with my first wife, uh, she had done well in school, in grammar school, and she had a good job now in Carmarthen. And next thing, she was expecting my first child, you see. And I had no intentions of getting married to her. I was forever going out to different girls all the time, and I wasn't keen on her at the time, and I finished with her, and I started going out to somebody else. And I was walking down the village one day, and she lived not far from me, you see, and she pulled me one side and said, "I'm expecting your child. What are you going to do about it?" And it came a bit of a shock to me. Uh, because she did, believe it or not, show me that she was on the pill. She said, "I'm on the pill," and she showed me this tablet. But I'm wondering if it was the pill she showed me. Because, I had finished with her twice before then, and she kept on coming back, and she even walked into my house one morning to see me, when there was nobody there. And whenever I was in the nightclub, she was always turning up. She was out to get me. There's no doubt about that. And I don't know if she did use that ploy then to get me. But it worked, because I don't believe in abortions. And I told her, no, I don't get an abortion. And she said her mother wanted her to have an abortion. You see, she was living with her mother. And I said, no, no, you don't have abortion. But what are we going to do then? She said, what am I going to do? And I stupidly said, I'll marry you then. Well, she was happy with that now. We get married. Don't get me wrong, I did like her, but I didn't want to marry her. But now that she was expecting my child, the problem I had when I was single, I loved children, but at the same time, I didn't want to get married. I enjoyed my single life. Going out to different girls all the time. Even though I became popular for dating a lot of women on the internet, but I was dating a lot of women then because I had this big posh Velox car. I was always out nearly every night, going out to different women all the time. So I enjoyed my single life, and all of a sudden, she was expecting my first child. And I thought I might as well marry her then, which was a stupid idea when you think of it. My two younger brothers had already got married, you see, and my younger sister. And I thought it's about time I married now then, even though I wasn't keen on getting married. But at the same time, my mother and father had split up, and there was a lot of bitterness in the family, a lot of arguing going on. And I thought, let's get out of it all and get married and get a place of my own, I think. Anyway, so I decided to get married to her, and she finally went to live with her father because her mother was going to kick her out, you see, if she didn't get an abortion. And we landed up in court in Carmarthen because her mother had custody of her, and she had to have custody to get married, and the mother wouldn't give her custody. So we landed up in court in Carmarthen having custody. We won the case because she was living with her father. She was expecting my child. And 11 years later, I was back in the same court, standing up in the same place, having a divorce. Because the marriage was a disaster. We never had nothing in common. Nothing. But at the same time, I thought the world of my oldest daughter. I was working underground, getting up at 5 in the morning. I was getting up feeding my eldest daughter when she was a baby because she was a hungry baby, and my first wife was always tired, too tired. So I was helping out as much as I can, changing her napkins, feeding her. Because, I finally had a child now, and I thought the world of a child. But our marriage was a disaster because we had nothing in common. We didn't sit down and watch TV together. She never went for walks with me. She was always having a friend's home back in the house then, and I was always out to my. We were worlds apart. We had nothing in common. And she was so stupid of money. I was earning good money underground, giving her my pay every Friday. My mother always said, because she had split up with my father, because he wasn't giving her his pay, but he was giving her enough money to feed us and things. But my mother said, make sure, like your father, and give her your pay. And by damn, she spent my pay too. By Monday, there was nothing left, and we were always falling out of our money, and anyway, I ended up having two more children with her. And, I was happy then for a while until she had an affair then. I don't blame her having an affair because our marriage was absolutely non-existent. We were just not compatible. But I do blame her then for saying lies about me to justify herself having an affair. She was saying horrible stuff about me to her friends and to my children, and which wasn't true. But at the same time, she was such a convincing liar. Everybody liked her, and the children thought the world of her. She had this personality. Everybody. We were living in the Minka, right, and everybody loved her. And when she was telling people that I was nasty and all that, and which was a load of bull, because I was putting up with her putting me in debt, and now she was having an affair. It's unbelievable what I had to put up with. But my eldest daughter thought the world of her. And when we split up, my eldest daughter took sides, you see, which happens when couples split up, and she sided with her mother and didn't bother with me much. And amazingly now, my eldest daughter is talking to her grandmother. Now, her grandmother, her mother's mother, wanted her mother to have an abortion, who wanted to get rid of my eldest daughter. My eldest daughter is now talking to her, thinks the world of her. And yet I'm the one who saved her to make sure she's in this world because of me. Because I married her mother and made sure she was not having an abortion. And now my eldest daughter, and her name is Melanie Blake. Melanie Blake, married to Rob Blake, living in Pontarddulais. And she got a boy called Kean Blake and a younger boy called Johan Blake. And they live in Pontarddulais. And amazingly, after what I've been through, my eldest daughter now doesn't talk to me and is talking to a grandmother who she thinks the world of. Because when she was a teenager, my other two was coming down to stay with me, and my eldest daughter was going to stay with her grandmother. She thought the world of her grandmother. This is crazy. This is crazy. And to me, right, it's typical of my life. You know what I mean? Absolutely crazy. Okay, I'll put this on YouTube now. Okay, I'll finish filming.